Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I recently decorated for fall, kind of recently, and so I don't know if it's officially fall outside, but here in our house, here at the Page house, it is fall and I'm just loving it. We're acting like it's fall. We haven't got into like the busyness of the fall season, and I'm actually trying to kind of get a hold of it before it gets away from me. This is my to-do list and I have loved it so much. It's just like something I fill out every day. Usually I actually fill it out like the night before, but last night was so busy with the kids and everything. But this one is like time blocked. That's been really helpful to me because normally I will write like my entire to-do list and then it's like, of course you can't get done, 20 things in 6 hours. This kind of makes me be a little bit more realistic with myself, but I've been really wanting to kind of get back into like slow homemaking. I was very intentional with things for a while, and then I feel like if you're not very intentional with it, you can just kind of get back into the busyness and craziness of things. And I think we almost just put that on ourselves. Like we don't have to do that, but we just do that to ourselves almost. And so I just want to be more intentional and try my best to still get things done that I need to, but also make time for the things that I want to do. Even if you're doing the things that you need to do, just kind of do them in like a way that feels a little bit more peaceful, if that makes sense. I'm gonna make my list real quick, and then I'm gonna share a bread recipe with you guys that I found, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. I don't get to enjoy it because I don't really do gluten anymore. And also I'm doing like low carb, but my family's been enjoying it and I've been enjoying making it because I used to make bread like every week. And so that's one of the little things that I'm just kind of adding back into my life and making sure I have time for it, like making time for it. Actually, what I like is over here on this side, you have like, it says get it done. I don't know if you can see that. It says get it done. So you have like your list with your time blocks. And then right here, I have top priorities, which is really helpful. I will pretty much only ever do like 3 to 4 things. And then if I cross it off, I can add another. Otherwise it just overwhelms me. And then I'm actually less productive almost. But then on this get it done section, that's where I'll write like lists. So if one of my things was like go grocery shopping, I would write my grocery list there. Or if one of the things is like homemaking, for example, then I'm gonna write what kind of things that I'm hoping to get done while I'm homemaking today. So that's kind of like where I where I expand upon my list. Okay, I have my to-do list made and it always feels so much better once I have that made. Oh look, dishes waiting for me. So late last night, I actually made some bread, and I'm gonna make some today because 1, I want to show you guys the recipe, and 2, I actually want to run it down to one of my neighbors and just bring her some, but I also want to have some for us. So this is like the world's easiest bread recipe ever. So to make this is actually what it looks like after it's been sitting for several hours. You need to let it rise for like 4 hours or something, but I try to do it overnight. So I'll try to do it like the night before and then let it rise. And then whenever I get to that day, that's when I'll bake it. But you can let it rise for up to 24 hours. 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of yeast, which I always store mine in the fridge. I think that's what you're supposed to do, but I don't know. That's what I've always done. And then 1.5 cups of warm water. It's so simple. And then, well, let's just make it and I'll show you. So like I said, I made this last night. So I'm just drying off my bowl, which isn't this a cool mixing bowl? Like it goes with your KitchenAid mixer, but I love it because you can actually see through it. So it's just really pretty. And I feel like it makes it more nicer to have your KitchenAid on your counter. So lock your bowl in place. And I just have regular old all-purpose flour. I usually have an organic one, but I think they replaced this in my order, and this is what I have right now. 3.5 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3. And this recipe seriously is so forgiving, so then I do half a cup. You don't have to be like crazy exact like a lot of recipes. Next, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of salt. So this is half a teaspoon, so we'll do half 1, half 2. And then you'll add in half a teaspoon of yeast. Then you're going to use the paddle attachment, and then we're just gonna mix it just for a second to make sure everything is nice and incorporated. And we'll do 1.5 cups of water, warm water. All right, now back in here, we're just going to turn this on low and slowly start drizzling in the water, okay? Just very slowly. And just let it kind of start to meld together a bit. just let it mix until it grabs like all the little bits of flour at the bottom. But this is how your bread is going to look. It's like an artisan kind of bread, so it's kind of rustic, okay? But you don't need to knead this at all. So I will usually just kind of like stretch it around, but see how sticky it is? It's very, very sticky. So sometimes I'll add just a little flour in my hands just to kind of be able to work it like that. Really, you just need to put it in a bowl. And then wash your hands. We're gonna finish up with this one in just a second, but I'm gonna put it into this bowl. So I need to clear this bowl out. So in order to do that, you can kind of see the air bubbles in there. This is the one that's been sitting for probably like 12 hours or so. You're going to kind of lightly flour your surface. You're not needing to knead this again, but you just want to kind of help it out. Oh, and actually before I do this, it works the best to cook it in a Dutch oven, but if not, you can just still cook it on whatever. And I'm gonna preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Then we're gonna grab some parchment paper. So that's what we're gonna actually cook this in. And now I'm going to pull this out. It's not necessarily about the speed of like doing it quickly, but you just don't wanna overwork your dough because you wanna try to keep the integrity of it a bit and you wanna keep some of those air bubbles in there. This is not gonna be like a full sourdough loaf or anything like that because I'm not using a starter. I've never actually made sourdough, although I would love to. Pull this away from the edges. You can see like all those air bubbles in there. And let this fall out. And then all I'm gonna do is just kind of tuck it into itself and make a little ball. That's really all I wanna do. Is just kind of tuck it under. And I'm gonna flour this a little bit, let it flour around the edges. Again, trying to keep it kind of as soft as I can. Just like that. I'm just gonna take like any serrated knife and I'm just gonna create a score. It's not gonna keep the shape of it, but it'll give a place for the bread to kind of release any air bubbles that it needs to. It's not the prettiest bread in the world, but it works. And then right into here it goes. And it will just sit in here until the oven's heated up. So it'll just sit just like that. And I'll let it kind of rise just a touch as the oven heats. Okay, now for this, we're going back to the one that we're like in the middle of making. So now I'm actually just gonna take that dough and I'm just gonna place it. It kind of has settled down a bit. I'm just gonna place it right inside my bowl. And then you just wanna cover this. So you can cover it with plastic wrap or you can cover it with a lid, but you just want it to be nice and tight in there. And then I'm gonna let this sit. So I will probably not even bake this until tomorrow morning. I'll just bake it like first thing when I wake up and it'll be perfect. So while I'm waiting for the oven to heat up, I'm just gonna do the dishes real quick and get the kitchen kind of reset again. By the way, this is one of my Bloom towel collections, the fall line. It is available for pre-order right now. The full set hasn't quite arrived yet, but they'll be here, I think, in a couple of weeks. So if you want them, I'll link them. I'm so excited for this new fall collection that I designed with them. Put the rest of these away. Okay, so now we're gonna pop this in the oven with the lid on for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, then I'll take the lid off and bake for another 15 minutes and then it'll be done. You'll just wanna like let it sit. Of course, you don't wanna cut into like hot bread. That's it. So 30 minutes with the lid on and then 15 minutes without the lid. I'm actually gonna head upstairs for a little bit. We did like a family clean last night. Kyle and Liam are still gone, but actually only for a few more hours. So we wanted to do like a little cleanup down here, but we didn't fully get to upstairs. So I wanna go upstairs and just kind of clean that up because it's so nice to get home and your house is clean. I always like to do that, especially when someone even like comes home from a vacation. I want to make sure it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to be nice and clean and just feel refreshed. So let's go upstairs and we'll clean up there. And then I also want to do a little, just see if there's like anything up there to declutter because I have a few things at the front door that need to get taken out to the car. So we'll do some cleaning, decluttering, and then also I had Luke bring up the rest of my fall bin upstairs last night because I have leftover stuff that I want to just add maybe a few touches upstairs just to kind of sprinkle in here and there. So let's head up. Something that will help a ton when it comes to slow homemaking is finding a way to lessen your load of the busy work that obviously needs to get done, but just ends up stealing your time away from focusing on things that you enjoy. Now, one of the things that I found that gives me time back is taking daily vacuuming off my plate, especially with a bunch of kids and a bunch of pets. But I am so excited to be teaming up with Narwhal today to share their brand new Narwhal Frio Z Ultra. It's such an asset to your home because you can set it up to clean on a schedule or as needed, and it works in any home because even if you have pets or young kids and have various items all over the floor, the Frio Z Ultra has real-time obstacle avoidance, so it won't get caught up in anything, and it also cleans edge to edge. And although we don't want to think about it, it even avoids those little pet accidents that happen occasionally. Now, this is not the first robot vacuum that Narwhal has created, so they really have perfected it. And with that, it can clean both wet and dry messes, and it's smart enough to know when a mess has been thoroughly cleaned. Now, one of my favorite features is how incredibly quiet this is. I am not kidding you guys. It's amazing to have your floors cleaned for you, but it's even better when you don't even notice them being cleaned. Now, when it's done cleaning your floors, it'll even go back and clean itself in the all-in-one maintenance-free station that not only quietly empties the dust that is picked up from your floors, but it also fills itself up with clean water and solution and self-cleans and dries itself. So really the only thing that you have to do is set up the scheduling on the app and then replace the dust bag every few months and empty and refill the clean and dirty water occasionally. This robot vacuum mop will be such a help in your home, and Narwhal was so kind to offer you guys an amazing discount. So grab the link and discount code in the description box as well as in the pinned comment, and you can get a great deal on the new Narwhal Frio Z Ultra. And thank you again to Narwhal for teaming up with me in today's video. This is how that bread turned out. So yummy. You hear the crunch? Oh my gosh, it makes me want to eat this so bad. When it comes out of the oven is I'll add some butter on the top, and it just seems to keep it more moist in there. And you can see like it just kind of melts off this right on top. And this is that other bread. So you can see like how much it's risen. So I guess we'll go do some laundry and then put away some clothes in my bedroom, and then we'll come up and do a little fall decorating up here. Welcome to our laundry room. Oh my gosh, this space, I want to redo it. I mean, not redo it, like we haven't done anything to this space really at all since moving in like 3 years ago now, which I can't believe it's been that long. This space is just like, we wanted to focus on everything else first pretty much. We've had so many other ideas for this space, and now it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure I want to pull down the cabinets, but then I think I want to do like a tall cabinet here so that I can put like vacuum, things like stuff like that maybe. But then it's like I want open shelving, but then maybe I want more. Maybe I want to put like shelves or I don't know, something in here. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should do wallpaper. Well, maybe we should do tile. Oh no, maybe we should do like an accent wall in here. I don't even know what to do. So I have all these different ideas. It's fine, we'll get to it. And it's like, it actually could be one of our next projects, but then we're almost done with our bedroom. I want to do some molding in there. We're gonna do like a different thing like in our entry area into our bedroom. That's kind of what's going on with all of that. We don't need to hang out in here for very long. It has like not good lighting. I feel like it looks like good lighting, but it's like that fluorescent kind of lighting in here. This is not patched. This is not patched down here. We have this random thing, which was supposed to be for like the boys' backpacks and stuff, but then we ended up doing that somewhere else. So this just is pretty much a hook that you can catch your shirt on. I don't know if I want more ideas, but I would also love more ideas because I want to make sure that, especially at this point, like we've waited so long, I want to make sure it's like all the things that we want. So if you have any really good laundry room ideas, let me know. The house smells so good, like fresh baked bread. Well, I just went into my room and happily realized I had forgot late last night. Luke and I were watching a show in my room. I was like, I'm just gonna put away laundry. And so I already put away my laundry. Thank you, past Amanda. I'm so grateful. So now let's go ahead and grab my declutter bin and we'll packed into the car so that it actually makes it there and doesn't sit here and people start pulling things out or anything. So let's get that put away real quick, and then we'll head upstairs and do the fun stuff of decorating for fall up there. And by the way, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, why is she already decorating for winter time? I most definitely am not. I just have not undecorated from winter. And I know you're like, what? It's fall now. That's right. It is fall and I still have not undecorated. Really it's just my wreath, but whatever. Fall decorating and fall decor and just the warmth and coziness that it adds, but I also know myself and I know that at the end of the season, like at the end of Christmas specifically, I feel overwhelmed and I'm like, I just want it all gone. And so I've learned, like, don't decorate every single space, or for me, like, I like to not decorate every single space so intensely, but I do like to add touches here and there. So even like one pumpkin in a bathroom, or like a pretty fall floral stem or something to replace like the greenery or something, just little pieces like that, it can really make a big difference. So that's kind of my plan in here. Do you guys feel like you're very good at doing like slow homemaking? I'm just pulling out all my pumpkins. I sometimes feel like I am, but it does not come very natural to me. Naturally, I'm not a person that just kind of sits around. I'm usually going, or like even if I'm sitting watching a show, it's like I'll sit for a few minutes, then all right, I gotta get up, the dishes are ready, like I better get the dishes done, or oh, let me go fold laundry while I'm watching a show or something. So I don't just sit there and like sit around a lot. While I think it's good to be productive and get things done, I think that it more so depends like how your mind is. Like my mind just is always going, and it's something that I actually don't like about myself. When I'm doing one thing, I always want to be also doing another thing, because if I can maximize my time, I can get a lot more done. And I think that's helpful sometimes, but I also think then you're not able to really enjoy all the little moments in life, and you're not able to enjoy like kind of like the journey, I guess. And you're never really present in any moment. And so just something I have to work on. I don't fully even know how to work on it because I struggle to turn my mind off. I really worked on it, I think it was like earlier this year, and then a little bit last year. I just had times where I'm really focusing on like slow homemaking. And when I can actually do it, I do just feel so much better, because something I shared in a recent video was we'll put all these things on our to-do list and we feel like everything has to get done today, because in our mind, that's what we've written it down as. But it's like, so many things don't have to get done today. If I didn't decorate up here today or ever, it would be fine. And so like, don't stress about it. If it happens, then great. And if it doesn't, then it's okay. You know what I mean? So anyway, just random bit. Oh, and I made these last year. I think it was last year. This is actually a really fun DIY. And if you didn't see my fall clean and decorate on the other channel, I did some really cool DIYs over there. I'm really happy with the ones that I did this year. And I was fingers crossed they would work out, and they did work out so well. But anyway, this is just, you can go to like a home improvement store and get whatever kind of tiles. It's just like a natural stone tile, and then got like my Cricut and printed out or cut out these little decals and put them on there. But you could even order decals on Etsy, or you can probably even just buy like stencils and paint it on. But how pretty is that? It's just like very subtle, but perfect for fall. I love this one. This one was a pain to get all the little flower cutouts, but that's my favorite. Anyway, super fun DIY. And actually this could be a fun DIY to do with kids too. You could even just do this and say, okay, now paint a pumpkin, and then they can paint on their own coasters. And did I say these are coasters? All right, let's get to styling the shelves up here. So like this definitely does not scream fall. So we'll pull that guy down. You know what, this actually went to a different pot and the pot fell and broke, so I just stuck it in here. Yep, that's what I did. So I'm just adding in some fall stuff and some things that can mesh well with fall. So like this is not actually a fall vase, but I think I thrifted it. And this, how cute is this? This is like a little birdcage thing, but I just found it thrifting one day. We'll move this guy. This is the vase I found. So it was another thrifted find, but I don't know, we'll see how I like the color. And it's see-through. Doing to know. That's so good. We'll just leave it as it is like that. Putting this up. I'm not usually big into like word signs, but this one's a little different because it's all the single, like the same color, and it's just indented with the words, so I kind of like it. It's just that copper color, perfect for fall. This is like one of my favorites. It's a solid marble pumpkin. So pretty. So heavy. I love it. I'm gonna swap this out just because they're all kind of like the same size and shape. These little pumpkins are like hand painted, and Kyle and I got them in New York. They're teeny tiny, so I feel like I don't decorate with them enough just because they're so small, but they're so cute, and they're from New York when we went on our 10-year anniversary, which is like almost to the day, like 5 years ago, because we're about to hit 15 years. Right, doesn't that just look so much more fall-y in here? So the other thing I wanted to put in, which I almost forgot until I was putting away my stuff, a reed diffuser. I know, it's like the third one I've gotten. I have one in our bathroom down, like our powder room, that I did in that free or spree video. And then I had another one in like our dining room area, and we've just loved it so much. It's nice because I do love regular diffusers. You just have to fill them up, and then they only go for a few hours or like a day, and then it's like the next day you have to fill it up again, which is great, but sometimes it's like I just forget or something. Oh my gosh, why can't I get this out? I'm just being careful because I don't want to like pull and then it splashes everywhere. That would not be good. Oh, it smells so good. This one, this scent is pumpkin, oh, just pumpkin spice. Noah was with me and he picked this one out with notes of apple, nutmeg, and clove. You literally just take these reeds that it comes with and stick them in here, and you can see like the liquid, and it'll just take a little bit, but it'll kind of soak up the liquid. Really nice because it's just a very light scent, and then you can get them in seasonal scents. You can get them, you know, in different colors, whatever. It's so cool. It's like my newfound excitement is reed diffusers. So this will actually fit right here. Sometimes I feel like it comes down here, but it never does, so we'll just stick this right there. Now we have a little pop of orange over here, and it'll smell out the room nice. We did get a good bit done. I just got a message from Kyle that they are almost home, so I don't think I'm gonna get to doing all the other stuff. Like there's a basketball hoop, like a wall basketball hoop that I was hoping to put up in Luke's room, but I'm just not gonna be able to get to that today. And then the other thing that I was wanting to do is, well, maybe do a little bit more decluttering, but I just figure I would declutter here and there. But it'll be good because I'll I'll bring the rest of our decluttering, and then these few things, we'll bring that down. But I also wanted to clean my office, and that'll be something I'll probably just do tonight randomly. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed just kind of hanging out today. I know it was like such a relaxed, super laid back, chill vlog, but this is just kind of, you know, how life is. Like some days you do a lot of fun things and some days you just do the homemaking thing. I think really the most important thing is just that you do it in a way that can bring you joy. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out. I definitely love vlogging and just chilling with you guys and then chatting in the comments after, but I'm going to go ahead and bring this downstairs, put it in the car. I'll cut that bread for you guys and show you what it looks like, and then I will catch up with you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Missed you.
I missed you too.
Love you.
And Mom, you look really good.
Oh, thanks, bud. I miss you so much.
I missed you so much.